Well, bless my soul. What was wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends will say, I'm mad as a bug. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. She touched my hand. What a chill I got. Her lips are like a volcano. That's hot. I'm proud to say she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that I'm not really Elvis Presley. Because the real Elvis Presley obviously doesn't have a slightly deformed right hand. Now, if you hear sort of sounds of sympathy from this table over here, which is nice, because it's nice to get sympathy early on, I think, and then for things to get better. I prefer that to when things are going really well and then you get sympathy at the end. That's really the worst. Now, I know what you're thinking. How would he have fared in Nazi Germany? Well, I think, to be fair, probably not very well, because I don't think this would really pass as an SS salute. Now, if I'm in a room full of people and they ask a question and I know the answer, I put this hand up. And if I'm at a hip-hop gig, as I frequently am, and there's one of those hip-hop stars, you know, one of those rappers from the telly, when a hip-hop star says, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, I snub him. And anyway, I do care. What's wrong with caring? But I think in Nazi Germany that would be unacceptable, because what can you do? If you do this, that's provocatively alternative and leftist, and that is provocatively half-hearted. So I don't think you can. I think I would be persecuted for my arm. Now, obviously, at some point, they would find out that I'm Jewish and a communist and bisexual. But I think it's my arm that they would have gone for in the first instance. Now, I know what you're thinking. When's he going to stop talking about his arm and start talking about our feet? Well, the answer to that question, ladies and gentlemen, is right now, because I know we have some foot fetishists in tonight. Could the foot fetishists wave their feet to demonstrate their presence? And we also have some shy foot fetishists who are not demonstrating their presence. But this is for all of you, the first poem, Foot Fetish Frida. Foot fetish Frida's the girl for me, her erogenous zones all below the knee. Try plucking her privates, she'll not come on parade, but flick at an ankle and you've got it made. Tickling her toes turns her on like a tap, slapping her soul sends her squirming out flat, and nibbling her nails, she said, is like shagging. But I haven't done that yet, for fear of gagging. Now, you're probably thinking now, oh dear, it's 25 minutes of performance poetry. That doesn't sound like much fun. And I can assure you it isn't much fun for me, but it's far less fun for you, obviously. Because what do we think of poets? Exactly. Exactly. Poets are bastards. Poets are bastards. Poets are bastards. I know what. Let's line them up and have them shot. Unless they're dead already, like Shakespeare's lot, and if they're not dead already, why the hell not? I remember a time, I don't know if you remember this, it was about 10 or possibly 100 years ago, when they said poetry was the new rock and roll. And my motto is, it's never too late to get on a bandwagon. So, can everybody say, rock and roll?
Rock and roll!
That's quite good. Let's have another try. Everybody say, rock and roll!
Rock and roll!
Fantastic. That sounded like an overexcited poetry audience saying rock and roll. Not so much like a rock and roll audience saying rock and roll. Can we just have one last really rock and roll try? Rock and roll! Fantastic. So this next poem is about the challenges of keeping a herb garden and finding organic fertiliser. My hoe goes where my rosemary grows, and wherever it goes, I pee. Thank you. Now, when Alex and Sally first approached me about doing this gig, Alex said to me, now you must remember it's 25 minutes, so bear in mind the fact that it's 25 minutes and you're going to have to pace your joke accordingly. So bearing that in mind, there are these two cats, right? There are these two cats. More about them later. Actually, telling you about the cats is going to involve some knowledge of French. And when I was thinking, where in the world can I do a gig which can assume pretty good knowledge of both English and French? Where in the world will I find a sophisticated, open-minded, intelligent, cultured, multilingual audience? Where in the world will I find that kind of sophisticated audience? And then it just came to me in a flash. The Montreal International Comedy Festival. But unfortunately, the Montreal International Comedy Festival has not invited me to perform this year, which is a situation actually remarkably similar to last year, and indeed every year. Is there anyone who is here who has been to Great Britain? So I'd start aiming low. Excellent. Okay. Is there anyone here who, like me, is Great British? I love you like the cliffs love the sea. I don't understand you. I can only watch you. If at times you hit me during a storm, if at times you brush against me and I crumble inside, it is soon past, and I return to watching you rise and fall and occasionally skim against me, oblivious of the fact that slowly, slowly, you are changing the contours of my world. Thank you. Next, I'd like to do a dog's love poem for you. Dog's love poem. Bitch. So there's these two cats, right? There's a Great British cat, there's a French cat. The Great British cat's called 1, 2, 3, the French cat is called 1, 2, 3, and they decide to have a race, a swimming race, across the Great British Channel. Because you know how much cats like swimming, right? So the two cats are going to have a race across the channel, but more of that later. Ah yes, this is a poem about love transcending the age difference, but ultimately ending in disaster. It's entitled, Love Transcends the Age Difference, but ultimately ends in disaster. He sucks on a pipe. She sucks her thumb. She's 18. He's 91. He takes codeine. She takes coke. She has large breasts. He has a stroke. Sanity. Sanity. How do you expect me to keep my sanity when people paint white lines in the middle of the road? So, we've got these two cats, and they're swimming across the Great British Channel. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Which one wins? Which one wins? It's 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3 wins. Great. Because 1, 2, 3 cat sank. Thank you very much. And they said you were high class. Well, that was just a lie. When they said you were high class, well, that was just a lie. You have never caught a rabbit. and you're no friend of mine. The sad sack sat on a block of stone, away in the corner, weeping, all alone. The warden said, "Hey, buddy, don't you be no square. If you can't find a partner, then use a wooden chair. Let's rock." Everybody, let's rock. Good night.